iPhone microphone.
Well, hello guys. I was considering going on to Twitter, but I've decided that I don't want to go onto Twitter for a while. I'll just do a recording instead. I've got O&M this afternoon. I'm excited. I cannot wait for O&M. I'm going to be coming home and having a rest after O&M at, about 2 or 2:30. I'm going to have a rest. Then I gotta be cooking chicken stir fry tonight. Yum! Chicken stir fry. Yum. Then I'm going to be reading my Braille books after dinner. At some point I'll be reading my Braille books. Awesome. And then I'll be going to sleep and waking up. I woke up early this morning. Then I had a coffee, laid down for an hour and a half, listened to Netflix, got up and ate breakfast, and I'm up. Tomorrow I plan to sleep in a bit. That'll be awesome. I'm really happy with a few things that I did this week. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that someone was able to help me out with a couple of things. Couldn't be more happy if I tried to be. This is amazing. Thanks, and you know who you are. Awesome. And I've been watching some South Park episodes on Netflix. Very funny. Very, very hilarious. And, yeah. I've got my new NDIS plan set up. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. I'll be going to a review meeting next. I plan to set it up in August, because that way I can get it ready by September, when the new plan should come in next year, and I'll have it fixed up. And ready to go. I am trying to get some revisions done to this plan, but obviously I can't get in contact with my LAC. I wish I could, but anyway. I might have to email this LAC. I'd have to find her bloody email and send her an email. Oh dear. I'll have to write down the parts of my plan that need revising. I think I'll do that tomorrow when I know I've got all day free tomorrow. Well, I've got my support work in the morning until 12, but then after that I've got all day free. So, yeah.
Minus 34.8. Pause. Stop. Pause. Button. Speech. Speech on. Notification. YouTube. Now. Recorder HQ. Touch to return to Recorder HQ. Status bar.
What time is it?
Recorder HQ. Recorder HQ. 9:03.
9 o'clock. So I had to take a toilet break all of a sudden. I was like very busting. But it's okay now. So, quick drink of water. Quick drink.
Orientation locked. Status bar item.
Be quiet, phone. Shut up. Shut up, phone.
Pause. Button. Speech off.
Okay. So a toilet break is over. I hate that when you go to the loo and then later on it all of a sudden comes at you that, I'm busting for the loo. I do believe at some point that the doctor's going to get me checked over, because he wants reports, because he reports what I tell him that I'm okay, but he wants medical reports from other doctors to say that I'm definitely okay. I feel well, maybe sometimes I feel sick, but it's the sickness that you get and then it goes away on its own. and then it never just keeps happening over and over again. It just feels sick, maybe for a week, maybe for a couple of weeks, maybe for a couple of days, and then it's gone for 3 or 4 months, possibly longer, until the next round of winter or spring or autumn bugs, whatever season gets around. And then it doesn't happen over and over unless I've got an infection or whatever the case. I come good the majority of the time. But I will assume that the doctor will eventually request a report from another doctor, in which case I may need a surgical checkup where they do an operation to do a internal body check of the internal organs, where they do a keyhole surgery or put a camera up into your orifices, whether it's down your mouth or up your anus, rectum, or with a lady it can be vagina, and if it's a guy it could be up in the bladder or up in the bowels, and with a lady it's the uterus area, the bowel area, or the bladder area, or all three, or 2 if you're a guy. Then it's 2 areas to look at, and if you're a female they've got 3 areas to look at. So I guess I'll be getting a check over eventually. I wish I could touch the Braille display, but I can't while I've got wet hands. You know what I do like though? Excuse me, that's not what I wanted to say, but anyway. I'm joking, I had to burp. If they end up doing a surgery to do an internal organ check at my GP's insistence, if he decides to do it, fuck off train, then what I do like is that I can come home and play games on my laptop. I like that I can play games on the laptop for a couple of days until I feel better. Then I'll be right to just go out and whatever I want to do again. But at least I know I've got stuff here to do at home. I do hope that I can refuse surgical checks for as long as possible. I don't want surgery. I don't agree with surgery. I don't agree with anything at all. But if anything's going to happen, at least I have computer games and and Wi-Fi to rely on. Computer games, books, everything. I want my hands to dry properly so I can turn this bloody Braille display on. I want to show you something that I wanted to show you for ages now. I recall one time I had to explain to you that, and I don't know if you remember. But anyway, I remember it was probably a few weeks ago. I used to go into my phone's voiceover settings and then double tap on the Braille settings for voiceover, and then double tap on the Braille Edge, and I had to have voiceover turned on to do it. Like, you've got to have voiceover on for the Braille display to work because it runs with voiceover, but I had to have the speech unmuted, so I couldn't have the speech muted, just so that I could have the Braille display working without voiceover making any annoying noise. I had to turn voiceover on.
Mobile. Messages. Notes. Clock. Remind. Calendar. Settings.
Go to settings.
Settings.
Go to voiceover.
Airplane mode. Off. Michelle. Bluetooth. Mobile. Personal. Notif. Sound. Do not. Screen. Control. Accessibility. Accessibility features help you
I do not know why they used to have accessibility under general settings and now they don't. I hate the layout. Anyway, I had to either tell Siri to open voiceover settings, or I had to manually go into voiceover settings.
On. Button. Voiceover. Voice. Tap. Double. Voice. Speak. Verbos. Braille. Braille Edge 0. Output. Contract. Output. Braille. Equate. Turn. Alert. Choose a Braille. In progress. Selected. Braille Edge 00586. Not connected. Button.
And I had to double tap on that one after turning the Braille display on to make the Braille display connect to my phone. And sometimes when that didn't work, I'd have to forget the device, then I'd have to repair it. And I'm pretty sure I showed you guys a couple of, probably 3 weeks ago, the Braille display is already paired. I had to show you guys connecting my Braille display to my Bluetooth software in my phone this way. I have discovered yet another way of doing it, which is even better. I'm going to go to the home screen.
Messages. Notes. Clock. 9:11 a.m.
I'm going to turn the Braille display
Thursday,
on.
14 November. Settings. iTunes Store. App Store.
I'm using
Free update. iTunes Store.
voiceover just to show you guys what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to show you without voiceover talking. So I can mute the speech, I can unmute the speech, but I can't turn voiceover right off because the Braille display needs voiceover. So here we go. I've turned it on. It says power on. Now it says pairing mode. Braille Edge 547500586. Sorry, say it again. Braille Edge 00586. Braille Edge 00586. That's what it says. It says pairing mode. Now,
4G. Status bar item. Books.
See, my phone isn't connected.
Twitter.
Because in my Braille display it says
WhatsApp.
pairing mode.
Twitter. Books. Apps. iTunes. Setting. Calendar. Settings.
I am not going to go into voiceover settings and then double tap on Braille and Braille Edge not connected. Double tap it, then it says Braille Edge connected like I showed you guys a few weeks ago, and I did a quick demo now without actually reconnecting the Braille display by going to voiceover. Braille Edge isn't connected, right? Double tap it and it connects. I'm not going to do it that way today. I want to show you another way. So, pairing mode on the Braille display.
iTunes Store. App Store. Free. Books.
See, it's
Twitter.
not doing anything. I'm going to lock my phone.
Screen locked.
Locked. Then tap home.
5 notifications. WhatsApp. Twitter. WhatsApp. Woolworths. Coles. Uber Eats. Recorder H. YouTube. Compang. YouTube. Recorder HQ. Messages.
Why isn't it connecting? Let me try again. I'm going to turn the Braille display off. I'm going to lock my phone.
Screen locked.
I'm going to lock it. turn the Braille display on. It's turned on. And then it says pairing mode, Braille Edge. I'm going to press home with my phone.
WhatsApp, Twitter, WhatsApp, calls.
Lock.
Screen locked.
Oh, it usually
9:14 a.m.
works.
Twitter. Books.
It usually works.
App Store. iTunes. Setting. Calendar. Reminders. Calendar. Settings. 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 VoiceOver. Braille. Output. Input.
Okay.
Equate. Key. Input. More info. Button. Selected. Braille Edge 00586. Not connected. Button.
Okay, it's still not connected. I'm going to double tap it.
Selected. Braille Edge 00.
Then press home.
Home.
Now, this
Messages.
is what
Now,
it's meant.
Janine Howlett. How would you feel if I got there in the morning today instead? Like 10:45. 11. I've had a cancellation. Notification. Messages. Now, Janine Howlett. How would you feel if... Notification. Messages. Now, Janine Howlett. How would you feel if I got there in the morning? Messages. One unread message. Reminders. Notes. Clock. Remind. Clock. 9:15 a.m. No. Messages. One unread message. Messages. Message. Text field. Is editing. Text message. Insertion point. Apps. Janine. Janine Howlett. How would you feel if I got there in the morning today instead? Like 10:45. 11. Link. I've had a cancellation. 9:15 a.m. Camera. Apps. Subject. Subject. Speech off.
Okay. So, my chest is bugging me today. Oh, I figured out how to get rid of a notification without double tapping dismiss. Great. Okay. What my Braille display is meant to do is I'm meant to be able to turn it off. Okay, so I've turned it off. And I'm going to turn VoiceOver on.
Twitter. Books. Twitter.
Now I'm meant to be able to turn the Braille display on. And because it's not connected to Bluetooth, it's paired but not connected, I should be able to make it connect automatically.
WhatsApp, Twitter, WhatsApp, Woolworths.
Just like that, without having to...
Today. Edit mode. WhatsApp, Twitter, books.
Actually go into Braille settings of VoiceOver, because VoiceOver and Braille settings... That's where the Braille settings are, is under VoiceOver. And I should not have to double tap on Braille Edge 00586 like I did just now. Sorry about that text message, I had to answer it. I should be able to do it without VoiceOver, like so. I've turned off VoiceOver. There is a button next to the left hand of the space bar on the Braille display. I can 3-finger double tap on the phone for speech on and off. And I can press the button left of the space bar in the Braille display for speech on,
speech off,
and speech off. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I am like with speech off. Turning the Braille display off. The speech is off.
Speech on.
Put speech on with 3 fingers double tap on my phone.
WhatsApp,
blah, blah, blah.
Twitter, books,
okay,
App Store,
I'm using
free updates
VoiceOver.
available.
All of a sudden, I need to use my Braille display because I need some quiet time, and I don't want people to hear what I'm doing with my phone, so I prefer to read Braille than use VoiceOver. So turn
speech
VoiceOver, leave VoiceOver on and mute the speech and put the phone down, and turn the Braille display on. I'll pick the phone up again and lock the phone. And I'm going to make it connect with VoiceOver muted. without having to go into voiceover settings, Braille, and the Braille settings under voiceover, which I just did. So now I can talk to you guys while I'm using my Braille display without you guys having to listen to voiceover. I downloaded Uber Eats onto my phone yesterday. I can't stay on my recording for as long as I wanted to. I've got O&M earlier today. It's at 11 o'clock instead of 1 o'clock. So I have to get ready to go soon, which I'm a little bit pissed off over because I had every intention to relax until 1 and now that's not going to work. That is not going to work out. And I could have had my support worker today. Anyhow, it's done now, so I don't need to spend as much time on this recording as I thought I would. But anyway, I put Uber Eats back in my phone yesterday, and this time they did a better job of getting mine and friends' orders worked out properly, which is good news. I've still got 13 cabs in my phone. It works pretty well. To me, it's better than ringing them up and getting an operator who may be really good and do everything I've requested, but they may also be crap and just not do anything that I've requested. Or instead of booking the taxi at a certain time, they might decide that they'll book the taxi at their time that they think I want instead of doing what I want to do. With 13 cabs, I don't have any of that. I can control my bookings all the time, straight away. Without any trouble. Anyway, that's 13 cabs. Everything else is okay. I think I might end this recording now then, because I've showed you what I needed to show you for now. I'll do another recording later.